cold, but it's so beautiful. We got the bay back here. God, it feels like I'm in the Goonies again, man. Such a beautiful spot. But I'm just so grateful I'm able to travel. What's crazy about this is that I'm in Western Washington and I'm only about an hour away from some wineries. Now, not vineyards, but wineries in Woodinville. So this is the first stop into Deception Pass State Park. God, this place is just freaking nuts. Like, the mountains come right down to the water. And you have this combination of this lush green forest and also the ocean as well. A little cold today, but it's beautiful. Layers of poblano here. Pickled cabbage with a little queso fresco and crema, and then there's some really good black beans underneath. It's all farm to table, and so they basically write it on a piece of paper and they release it on Instagram every day. So it's a different menu every day. So this is great. I just got to Woodinville, and this is it's a suburb about an hour and a half north of Seattle. If you ever go to Seattle for whatever reason, you want to make a little side trip, it's awesome because we have a section of tasting rooms here. You know, most of the grapes are grown in Eastern Washington.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, you're in.
So regarding the molten chocolate, we are actually out.
You of course you're ruining my life.
But we do have a creme brulee. So just one creme brulee or just
Everything was perfect until the last two things.
Punching him in the face.
This is the baby brother, and so it's all Syrah as well. And it's amazing when I poured it, it's like this tart, like berry fruits. But as and this is what I love about wine, is you give it like 15 to 20 minutes. It tastes completely different. It tastes like a lick-it stick in a glass. It's candy fruit with like berry, and then it's sort of this intense medium style wine. So if you like Malbec from Argentina, try this wine. Open it, give it 15 minutes. And if you can't find Delas, try any Gros Hermitage. And they're usually in the stores between $20, $35, $40. And open it, give it about 20, 30 minutes, and try it, and you're going to be really impressed with it.
Good night last night. Went to this cool little pub place, and super old school, which I liked. They had this big pillar in the side of the restaurant. They had a bunch of carvings in there, almost like you're at a camp, a little cabin in a camp, and it just felt very authentic. It's called Oyster and Thistle. The wine room looked like a wine dungeon. It had like little bars over the thing, so it looked like you're going into a jail cell to go get wine. And I love the authenticness of those old school places. Today I just went to a tide pool. I fell in, got my feet all wet. I'm getting a smoothie right now. And then I'll figure out, I think I need to go to another winery and we'll go from there, so.
Interesting here, and I'm here with Matt the wine guy. In Have you met Matt the wine guy?
I have not met that wine guy.
He was an amazing sommelier from the Bellagio Hotel.
Oh, nice.
And yes, tonight we're trying. Which wine are we trying here? The Muscadet. The Muscadet. Yes, it's actually like a chalkboard on a summer's day. Rather fabulous. Really goes with these oysters. And if you look out the window, I don't know if you can see that, but they're actually harvesting oysters out there right now. That's where they come from. What do you got to say about this wine, man?
One of the wines they say to try is Muscadet from southwestern France, grape, and it's usually like an inexpensive, cheap wine, and people poo-poo it. But the wine with oysters goes really well with those. I like just to touch. This is an apple cider vignette that's frozen. I touch that in there, and it just like the freshness of that really goes nicely. And you meet the most interesting people when you're drinking wine. And Peter, where are you from? Let's go on. Where's your family from?
Well, it's a very interesting story, actually. My family is from Washington in the UK,
Yeah.
and which is in the northeast of England. And it's my family have been there for a long time. But the best part about my family, and I'm wanting you to help me get my castle back. Okay. No, because seriously, it's my family had a castle just outside of Edinburgh called Lauriston Castle. And my great grandfather was Richard Law. It's L-A-W, right? So back in the day, and I'm talking great grandfather, John Law of Lauriston. He had a Lauriston Castle.
Yeah.
But it was John Law. That was my great grandfather was like, that's your castle. But John Law and his son, they were gold mongers. And they were trying to get the British government to take in all of the gold and silver coins and issue banknotes on it. And the British government were like, that'll never work.
So before cash, they were trying to make great cash.
Yeah, it was all gold and silver coins in
Yeah.
England back then,
Yeah.
right? So it was like, this is back in
Yeah.
the day. So John Law...
So is Richard Nixon related to them or no?
Well, I am not a crook.
Okay,
But the son, John Law, he was a womanizer, a gambler, and a drunk.
Yeah.
Which is... Oh, cheers. Cheers. And so what happened was he would get his jollies on down in London by horse and cart.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting into a duel, 10 paces at dawn, over a woman.
Really?
But it was an illegal duel.
Okay.
Because in those days, if you want to shoot someone in the face, you had to register it. And then it was 10 paces at dawn, boom, you won, okay, job done. But he didn't register it, so he was due to be hanged, and he got pardoned by the Old Bailey at the last minute.
So like what time frame? You're talking about like the 1600s, 1700s,
this is-
1800s with that?
This is before this will all fall into place because
Okay.
he fled to France.
Yeah.
He kicked Prince Sully out of his castle in Normandy when
Okay.
he got expunged.
Yeah.
And he took over 7 other titles. He became a Viscount. He became this, that, the other. But he was in King Louis XIV's landing party
Really?
into Louisiana. He named New Orleans after his best friend General Orleans.
Yeah.
He was Napoleon's right-hand man for a long time.
Yeah.
This is how far back we're going. But he originated the Louisiana Purchase. But he also set up the first ever bank as we know, which was the Bank of France, issuing, when he went to France,
Yeah.
he opened up the Bank of France in Paris,
Yeah.
and that's where they took in all the gold and silver coins and issued banknotes. And he crippled the French economy overnight in a card game. Overnight, he gambled their gold bullion, and their 10-franc note was worth 5 francs overnight.
What card game was it, do you know?
I have no idea. But he died a pauper, I think, in Belgium. But he still had the castle, and it's owned by the crown now. They took it over.
Wow.
But,
I want
but
my
the
custom.
best part was
Oh, at the University of Edinburgh, when you actually when you graduate from the Edinburgh School of Economics in Scotland,
Yeah.
you actually get tapped on the head with a piece of John Law's trousers to this day. That's a true story.
because he invented so he was a man of probability,
Yeah.
and he literally invented like Western financial society as we know it. He also had the patent on the British pound. He coined the term
Oh, he
millionaire.
coined the term millionaire.
He was
too.
the richest
Really?
person in the world at one point.
And then he lost it all.
Lost it all.
Gambling.
Lost it all. But what's interesting is the book Wealth of Nations
Yeah.
is actually all his writings.
Really?
Like so.
But Adam, whatever,
Yeah, stole it all. Yeah.
Back. It's strange that I see slot machines in the airport and they feel so foreign. When I lived here, it feels so normal. So, anyway, I guess some videos come out to you guys soon.
Went to this really nice restaurant with Peter.
Hello,
And
chaps.
After a long day, they were working in the fields long and hard, stewing over hay and horses. I was able to enjoy the beautiful scenery here in the Pacific Northwest. And what's amazing about this right now is that we're overlooking the bay.
This is the Chuckanut Bay.
Chuckanut, yeah. Chuckanut. is
How
really-
much nuts could a Chuckanut chuck if a Chuckanut could chuck nuts?
I think
Can you
so.
check him out over there?
Yes, but we have,
Long drive down there.
the issue is more getting the nuts. We have to work on that.